Well, good evening. Friday, bitch night. All sorts of fun coming your way tonight. First things first, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. That way you'll be notified when we're running live. We're going to try and do this once a week for sure. Maybe twice a week. We'll see what happens, how things progress from here. We're going to get some updates from Doe here shortly. She's joining me live in person on the big screen TV. We're both sitting in one room together sharing the microphone, so if sound quality is crap or whatever, let me know, and we'll try and fix that on the fly here. This is the first time we've ever done it this way, so we'll go from there and we'll get some bitching out of the way. I got lots to bitch about today, boy. Lots to bitch about. But before I go, I know the reason you guys are all here, to talk to me. Nah, you don't give a rat's ass. You want to see the pretty one. Okay, there you go. There's the pretty one. Hi, sweetie. Welcome aboard.
Hi, guys. I'm still alive. I'm still here. Hi, Tamara.
Yeah. Oh, Tamara's there. Hi, Tamara. So, it is Friday. It's bitch night. What a couple weeks. 3 weeks now, I guess, right?
It's just one big blur.
It's one big long fucking day. That's what it's been. One long goddamn day. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Where to begin? Let's start right from the beginning, right from ground zero, so everybody's on the same page. And I know I've been kind of updating as things progress. And I went along. You were in the hospital. I was trying to update people, and
yeah, it's really tough. Really, really tough.
it's hard. It was definitely hard. But I want to make sure I gave the right information as well. The way I kind of want to go with this in the future is this updates our trials and tribulations, what you're going through as a patient, what I'm going through as a spouse, our mental well-being, what's pissing me off about what
Form fees, that's what's pissing me off.
What we're dealing with doctors and just the unknown, how we is like we are the prototypical. Can you turn your speakers off? We are the prototypical average Canadian family. Middle class, working, no benefits packages, living paycheck to paycheck.
You want it, you save for it.
You want it, you save for it. If we want to go to Mexico, well, that's a year's savings. Our savings grace to go down there is we have a place to stay, so basically it's airfare for us, for the most part. And
work.
And we work a little bit, help out, do what we can. So we have that kind of going for us. It saves us some money there. But other than that, we're the prototypical Canadian middle-class struggling family, just paying taxes. We work to pay taxes. That's about it. So we'll get into some of that and the bills that have incurred and the shortcomings. Try and keep it real so that if anybody else is going through what we're going through, it can kind of give you some insight as to what to look out for, what to look forward to, what to be aware of, and so forth. So, starting from the beginning.
How far back? The day I dropped you off.
It's a beautiful spring day, May 1963. No, that's going way far back. Yeah, okay.
My time.
Doe dropped me off at the airport on December 3rd. I was flying down to Mexico to shoot photography, doing a wedding down there. So I jumped on the flying machine and I left for Mexico and got set up down there and started getting things ready to rock and roll, doing the wedding.
I had some scheduled tests for later that morning. Went in and did those tests and came home and didn't hear back. Monday rolled around. Doctor said, well, come in, there's some results. I said, well, do you have all the tests back? No, I have none of the other tests back. I said, well, then there's no point in me coming in. I work all week. Saturday. See you Saturday. Well, I worked all week. Saw him Saturday. And you have to be in this market an advocate for your own health. I'll just say that. because they are reluctant to look outside the scope of what the test shows. They're reluctant to look at the next organ next to where the pain might be. They're reluctant to do anything other than sign a prescription. And I see people at the drugstore, well, when I was at the drugstore, I'm not there anymore, see people getting 6, 8, 10, 12 prescriptions. You see them twice a week. And you know a prescription's 30 days. But yet you're seeing people in there twice a week. And it's not because they can't afford the prescriptions. It's because there's prescriptions on prescriptions on prescriptions. Enough. Just fucking enough. I'm not an advocate for our healthcare system, our health care. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that go above and beyond. The people that I've dealt with in the last while have been wonderful. Absolutely freaking wonderful. But I'm talking about those that are there for the paycheck, those that are there to write a prescription, those that don't give a shit, and those that shouldn't be in it. And I've seen plenty of those too. There is I have never not had issues with doctors trying to find or locate a problem. It's like, nope, unless a bone is sticking out, they really don't have a clue. We'll run these tests, we'll run these tests. I've had a lot of people ask me, well, didn't you have any symptoms? Well, wonderful for me, I happen to have bladder cancer and colon cancer, the two silent killers. And no, there wasn't a lot of symptoms other than I was fatigued. And I said to Wade, I said, it's funny. It's a full-time job with less hours than I ever worked. And I'm freaking exhausted, and I don't know why. And then I started noticing that I wasn't going to the bathroom. And here I'm eating every day. Like, this is 3 months. You might wipe, get a little bit of blood. That's about it. Then it turned to bowls of blood. That's when we decided to get the tests done. He, my doctor, decided to treat me for hemorrhoids. No word of lie, hemorrhoids. My back hurt a little bit, and they thought, well, it might be a kidney stone. So they treated me, they sent me for a CT scan because it was near the kidney. Oh, it's a kidney stone, end of story. Could be a muscle strain too, end of story. And that would have been the bladder. And that would have been months ago that it would have been noticeable, but they never looked further. So anyway, did these tests, went to see my doctor on the Saturday morning because all the test results were back. What the hell did he say to me? I don't even remember. He was going to renew the prescription for this hemorrhoid cream and suppository stuff. And I told him, I said, it didn't work. And I said, which part of this aren't you getting? I am bleeding from the bowels. Food is going in, nothing is coming out. And it's been 3 months. Nothing is coming out. Well, lucky for me, I took pictures because that's how much I trust him. Is I took freaking pictures of what was in the bowl. Tissue, blood, that's about it. Like, this is going to get a little gross as we go. So he just kind of looked at me, and I handed him my camera, and I said, look for yourself. And he's Haitian. And up until a little while ago, I thought he was a half-decent doctor. And he might very well be, but not for me. So anyway, I handed him the pictures, and he's like, I swear he turned white. He's looking at the pictures, and he literally did not know what to fucking do. I said, my husband is away, but I tell you, if I showed my husband these pictures, you know what he'd tell me? Go to the fucking hospital. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, he says. So maybe you go to the hospital, he says, me fast track the tests that way, and I can write them from here, and whatever tests go through first, go. Yeah, okay, buddy. Out the door I went. I was fucking mad, and I was supposed to go shopping with my kid. So my kid finally shows up, and it hit me full force. Holy shit. So, I'm in the middle of a store. It's like, fuck, what do I do? I'm home alone. At least another week. I have a dog, a cat, and I'm supposed to go to the fucking hospital. Holy shit. Okay. Take a few big breaths. Let's deal with this. Hey, baby. So, I go to the hospital. I'm in there for 8 hours. They do absolutely nothing. They took blood, they took this, they took that. they come in and saw me, and then they were scheduling this and scheduling that. And about 8.5 hours, I finally said to the nurse, I said, get somebody in here to take this IV out because I'm leaving. I've had it. I'm out of here. Magically, once I said that, about not even 5 minutes later, a doctor appeared out of nowhere with all these tests that they were going to do on Monday. Well, it was Saturday. But then they had a cancellation last minute, so I had to go back in on Sunday for an IV push because I was dehydrated. So, okay, fine. Now we're getting someplace. So, Saturday I was in there for the 8 hours. Sunday I went for an IV push. Monday I went for colonoscopy. Tuesday I had the day off. I could eat something finally. Wednesday was a CT scan and meeting with Wednesday? Yeah, and then I picked you up Wednesday night.
Yeah, you picked me up Wednesday at 1 in the morning, or
Yeah, it was close to 1
whatever.
a.m.
Yeah.
And then I had to meet with a surgeon at the U of A on Thursday morning, so I thought I'd let Wade sleep and just go for the appointment because it was meet with the surgeon, see the MRI guy, and that was supposed to be it. Well, lo and behold, come Thursday, it was meet with the surgeon. We have a bed. We're doing an MRI in about 15 minutes, and we'll admit you from there. And I'm like, what? Where to how do you even plan for that, right? So I said I need like 5 minutes to make a phone call or two here. So I phoned my husband and I said, you're putting me in, they're admitting me in about an hour. I'm not exactly sure where my room is going to be, if I'll have a room or if I'll be in a gurney in a hallway. I really don't know. So the next thing was to get my car home from the hospital. And the hospital from our house is about an hour and 20 minutes, give or take. About that?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
And then they had to find it because the U of A is insanely huge. So luckily for them, I park usually close to a door, a post, something that I'll remember. And just so happened that I parked at the Aberhart doorway so that they could find me. And magically there was no ticket on that window because I'd paid for 3 hours and I was there for, well, forever, 2.5 weeks. Paid for 3 hours, was there for 2.5 weeks.
Well, the car was there for probably 12 hours. I think Sheldon and I got there probably at 7:30.
In -30.
Yeah.
Unplugged.
Yeah.
It was a cold ride. But had the first surgery that night. So this is going to be like a 4-part surgery, he said. There is a tumor in the lower bowel, and he estimates it to be close to 3 pounds. He's not sure. It will be smaller once they do all the chemo and radiation and take it down. And then he'll remove it. He won't remove it until then because he doesn't want it to metastasize any further. Because I guess when they cut into it, free radicals go where free radicals go. So given that, they're hoping that also when they do the chemo and the radiation, it will wipe out the what's on the bladder. There's 5 spots on the bladder. But
Kidney.
Kidney. Not kidney. Liver.
Liver.
Good God.
What's wrong
I'm
with you?
losing organs left, right, and center.
We're making this up. We have no idea what's wrong.
Liver.
It's your liver. My dad is
Your
fighting
dad had
bladder.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. My mom's kidneys, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, they did the first surgery. They had to do an ostomy.
Ostomy.
It's hostile anyway. But that didn't go well. Thankfully, I had 2 nurses kind of watching me heavily. I wasn't coming out of it properly, and in 4 hours, they phoned the doctor, got him back, did a second MRI, and then the second MRI showed what needed to be changed, so they did a second surgery differently, and then the doctor told me, he says, I can't do the second one through a laparoscopy. And I said, I don't care. I said, just do what you got to do. I said, my bathing suit days were well over about 20 years ago. And he laughed, I laughed. I said, besides, I know somebody that's good on ink. So he said, okay. He says, because I can't do a second laparoscopy, apparently The reason being is you have carbon dioxide in your chest from when they blow you up the first time. And if they go back in and happen to hit one of those pockets, they could blow you up, literally. So they had to do it the other way. So needless to say, I have a belly full of this, that, the other thing. I can't sleep on my stomach. Can't sleep on my side. I have to sleep on my back. And I am not a back sleeper. And it hurts. I'm not even going to lie. It fucking hurts. I'm not a back sleeper at all. And remarkably, I'm not snoring.
No, not at all.
It's because I'm so elevated I can't move. But it's getting better. I've got most of the stitches and staples and sutures out. So it's just, I think there's only 2 plug holes that they keep repacking to heal. And they're still draining really, really well. So hopefully those will heal really, really soon. And then I'll just have the little bag to deal with, which hasn't been that bad. I haven't had any accidents yet. So that's not bad. But I haven't been able to have a full-on shower, which I really, really need. It's really gross.
And kudos to Alberta Health Services, the home care nurses that come into our house from Lamont. They're here every day. They help out, change her dressings, repack her dressings, any questions she has with regards to her stoma, removing staples and stitches, and feeding us information as to where to go for financial help, for transportation help.
It's piecework. You got to ask, or they don't tell you. It's not a volunteer package.
Yeah, you'd think with something like this, where a hospital of the U of A caliber is dealing with how many thousands of these surgeries a year, whether it's what Doe had or other cancer types, they don't have an information packet for you going,
what to expect next.
Here's what to expect next. Here's what you got to do. Da 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 da. If you need financial help, if you need help getting to the hospital, if you need home care, this is what's going to happen.
They do a little bit, but I think
when they released Doe to me out of the hospital.
Good luck.
Good. That's basically what it was. Thanks for coming. Bye bye. Hope you enjoyed the veal. And I get this poor lady home, and it's like, my biggest concern is, can she get from the bed to the kitchen to make herself a sandwich and a coffee for when I go back to work? Is she going to be self-sufficient for the 4 or 5 hours she's going to be home alone?
When it comes to food, I will be self-sufficient. I will eat that fucking cat.
And I was worried for the cat. I thought, if she craves Chinese, the cat's gone. So we're walking out of the hospital, and that's kind of, okay, the stoma, what do I do with the stoma? What about the bandages? Alberta Health sends these nurses out. So it's like, holy shit, okay, good. And they've been a godsend. They've all been really good. Like, I don't know, I haven't dealt with them on a one-on-one basis like you have, so.
I've had 5 or 6 different nurses, all from Lamont Healthcare. Excellent. Catherine has helped me out immensely as well from the hospital, from the U of A. And she told me about the Zen Gardens on the 4th floor of the, help me out, what's the name of that? The Heart.
Mazankowski Heart Institute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, we don't pay for our health care here. Our health care premiums are paid for by the government. We pay out the ass in taxes, though. So even though we don't pay out of pocket for our health care.
Once you're out of hospital, though?
Yeah, once you're out of hospital, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Then you're paying for your prescriptions. You're paying for, like, all my osteo stuff I'm paying for out of pocket. But they had, they'd set me up with a 25 plan, which covers, the government absorbs 50% of the cost. And 25% is my cost for the osteo bags and things like that. Yeah, you do have to pay for private insurance if you do have it.
Yeah.
The company I worked for and the company Wade worked for,
we don't have any private insurance at all.
No insurance.
Zero coverage.
So anything, like, I've seen patients come into the drugstore too that have chemo packets that they buy monthly, and it's over $1,000 cash. So that's what I get to look forward to. My diet has been interesting. There's a lot of things I cannot eat while I have a stoma. And one of them is seeds, nuts,
skins.
skins, like things that you wouldn't think of, like tomato skins. Can't have tomatoes, I guess,
Yeah.
unless I'm going to sit and peel them and de-seed them.
Grapes, like the skins off grapes, and carrots have to be peeled,
Cooked, chopped finely.
cooked, chopped finely.
Had a craving for turnips. Like Wade's mom makes this turnip carrot poof for Christmas, and I love it. Just love it. I've been craving it like since before Christmas because I haven't had Christmas. I really haven't. And I wanted cabbage rolls, and I can't have those things because of the gas content. They just balloon you right up. And lettuce and salads and stuff. We're big on salads.
Yeah.
I can't have any because it releases some sort of gas until I'm more healed, 6 to 8 weeks. And anyway, I can't have that stuff, but I was craving it anyway, so I suck hold, and Wade made me his version of it, which was so good I ate most of it. And unfortunately, I ate most of it, which prompted a call to help. I'm going to die. So they said to me, eat mini marshmallows. And I'm like, what? Eat mini marshmallows. So now adding to my diet, yeah, Chris, that'll be great. That'll help donate for sure. So now with each meal, I have to have a handful of mini marshmallows and oval drops like that you would give a toddler. And it helps to bring down the gases and digest stuff and keep everything kind of mushy in the bag so it doesn't firm up and become a hard thing to pass. What other things can't I eat? I have to watch spices if they're big whole spices.
Yeah, anything because your waste is going into an ostomy bag. Anything that can plug up the opening from whatever pipe it is leading into the ostomy bag is very tiny. So even a grain of like a sesame seed could block it, or a larger chunk of spice. So you really have to watch it. Everything is really finely ground and
I have to liquefy my food basically
yeah,
before
yeah.
I send it down.
I have to brush up on my cooking skills. Positive Mike, dude, you haven't eaten until you've eaten my eats. I can cook, bitch.
Sometimes is better than others.
Last night, Doe made supper.
No, last night I attempted to make supper. Fuck that shit. You can cook until I'm healed.
So tonight I got pizza.
Friday pizza.
Yeah. Tomorrow the grandkids will join you on your marshmallow train. Yeah, that's never an issue with kids. Citrus. Again, you kind of got to watch the spice.
I have
not
to
the
dilute,
spice, but the...
I have to dilute citrus drinks.
Yeah, the acidic content will give her bad gas and
it gives me heartburn so bad it's up in my chest
Yeah.
and I can't take anything for heartburn. They gave me some stuff that I'm supposed to take in the morning before I even start my day.
You volunteered tomorrow.
Pantoprazole. I'm supposed to take this crap 30 minutes before breakfast. But I found that the best thing for me to eat really is scrambled eggs and hash browns, like pan-fried hash browns, and just pick out the peppers and stuff. But
No, it's not full puree, Danielle. It's more foods on the softer edge of life, like Doa just mentioned. The scrambled eggs, hash browns, potatoes are really good. Really something she should be eating a lot of.
and it's a big monitoring game. I
Yeah.
have to monitor my hydration versus what my output is, and I also have to monitor my hemoglobin, my iron, my weight. Those are all really big ones. Hemoglobin because of all the surgeries I'm going to have, and of course the iron because if I go, what's the word?
Hypoglycemic.
No. With the iron, anemic.
Anemic.
Then they have to do transfusions and balance out before they can go ahead with anything else. So, having said that, these never did really heal that well. I don't know if you can see them. That was from one in my neck that they had for the transfusion lines. They're still working on healing this.
She's
Pretty
still
sore.
blaming that on the doctors.
Yeah, big hickeys. But there's still. I hope they don't have to use those lines again. Maybe they can use this side instead. Hopefully they don't have to put any more in me. And those fucking needles at night. God damn. I know Lindley's taking them as well for the thinners.
Blood thinners.
Could they not sharpen them first before they package them? Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's the last few that I've given you, and I hate doing it. I hate giving needles. I never did play a nurse in school. I played a doctor. Doctors don't give needles. Nurses do. And I don't like doing it. It just,
I
no.
got a stethoscope for you.
I'll do the stethoscope. That's not a problem. The needles, let me warm this up for you. How come the doctors never warm that up, man? It's just, here, I'm going to stick a cold piece of steel to your back to listen to your lungs. COVID, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you hate needles too, Glassy. I hate giving needles. I don't mind getting them. You know, getting a needle doesn't bother me. Giving them, holy fuck. It just no. So Kel says the food you can't eat is similar to me and my hiatal hernia / GERD issues. Tomato, citrus, gassy foods.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You have to avoid those. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's others that are distinct to each cancer that I'm battling, but they haven't told me yet. Tuesday will be my Cross Cancer Institute day where I will spend 5 hours learning everything that they're going to torture me with. From one department to another. I think I cover 4 departments.
Yeah, that's the introductory lesson we go for in the information session and
Yeah, the outpatient department,
all those good
therapy,
things. Yeah.
patient information. So hopefully that,
and hopefully we'll have more of an idea of what the future holds in store as far as
how to get
how
there,
to get there.
how to financially get there.
Yeah. Can we buy a helicopter? Do we fly
I
a
stay
private
in the
jet?
city,
Do we
you know?
stay in the city? You know, all those things. Because, yeah.
Because I know with radiation with my mom, she couldn't travel afterwards. She could travel in the back of the car. She couldn't be in the same room as my dad, and there's a whole list of shit. But that was 2 years, 3 years ago. So stuff has changed probably. We'll see.
You know, it's funny how fast things change. Because, like I say, I think I've told the story before that I talked to your liver surgeon, Dr. Campbell, smoke show. Got to add that because
She is a hottie.
She's a good-looking lady.
Mask and all, she is a hottie.
Yeah, she is a hottie.
I hope she has no teeth. Just feet.
Oh, wouldn't that'd be
Thick ankles and no teeth. Baby.
that'd be just a blessing with no teeth.
Plays well into your hand.
But in speaking to her, the surgery they do on the liver, it used to be if there was a cancerous portion on the liver on one side, they'd hack that side out and throw it in the garbage and send you on your merry way. And then 5 years, 10 years, whatever down the road, if you had a recurrence of cancer in your liver, that was a death sentence. Now they actually laser just each little piece of cancerous material out of there and leave you your full liver.
Which is a good option for me because most people don't realize I'm adopted on my dad's side. I just have my mom. Wade's fully adopted. And they don't have parts for us. Like, we have no family lineage to get parts.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go to anybody and say, hey, does your liver match? Like, seriously, you're all fucking drinking yours off. You're doing no good to me. Like,
Yeah.
really.
And I got to go to a scrapyard and hope for a good match.
So, drink wisely. I'm not a big drinker. I used to be, and this is really unfair because, fuck, you know, I'd like to be a big drinker. I just don't got the liver for it, or the memory.
I can't tolerate the hangovers as I learned Christmas Day.
I don't like the taste actually. I used to party hard, believe me.
When you were in the hospital Christmas Eve, of course I'm home alone after leaving mom and dad's.
Still haven't watched it.
And I pulled a 5-hour podcast. There's myself and Glassy and Bonzia and Lindley, and I don't remember if Chris was there, Army Chris was there or not. I know Tamara was probably on there. I think Gwendolyn was on. people were in and out and in and out. I started off with the tequila. I had 2 big glasses of tequila, and then pulled a 40-pounder of vodka out of the cupboard and found some Clamato juice and started pounding back Caesars and
anything else you could find, probably.
yeah, pretty much anything else I could find. And before you knew it, I was, not speaking the English language very well anymore. And it was fun though. It was a good time. I forget where we're going with that. But yeah, there's damage to my liver and the hangover. I know Bonzi and I went over to Tamara's Christmas Day for Christmas dinner, and we just sat on the couch doing this.
Meanwhile, it took me 4 hours, kid you not, because I couldn't understand English. I had,
Oh, for Christ's
I think
sakes.
I posted it in an earlier feed,
Again? Really?
and I had 18 packs
Bitch.
on my IV at one point. Well, prior to that, I'd had 2 sets, one running in each set of arms, plus the ones down my neck. So I had probably 36 on at any given time, and it was super anticoagulants, antibiotics, potassium, iron, 4 bags at any given time of saline. And that was just to kind of wash everything through my system. And yeah, it was fun. They wouldn't let me out of my room or out of their sight until I lost 1 IV pole. But they used to piss me off because I didn't have a catheter, so I still had to go pee. And here I've got all these things on me, and they roped me one side of the bed and the other side of the bed flat out on my back. And of course, those C-section beds that have the hole in the middle. Fuck. My back was so sore. And it's like, please roll me over, put something in the middle. Yeah, that was a simple.
Yeah, that was day 2 after surgery,
Yeah, something like
I
that.
believe. Yeah, 2nd day after surgery, and you can see how puffy her hands are.
Yeah, I got no fingers.
I mean, and your fingers, and you got a feeding tube up your nose
Oh,
still.
fuck.
Your wrists are covered in IV tubes, as is your neck. Yeah, it was not a pretty picture when I walked in there and saw that. And that's funny because I was going to go on a podcast on either Bonzi's podcast or doing one of my own. No, I was going on Bonzi's. And Glassy had asked me, can you get Doe to send a little video, or can you get her to send a picture or something? I don't know, dude. Like, I don't see that happening. It's not something, I don't know. And then I get there and Doe goes, take a picture. Use it. It's like, what? So it was her idea. And yeah, Kel and Mike were there too on Christmas Eve. Positive Mike and his wife Kel.
Oh, yeah?
It wasn't pretty. Some of the finest alcoholics in North America on my podcast that night.
I might have to spend an afternoon watching that.
Yeah, you watch it in chunks.
Yeah. In blurbs.
Yeah, you're right. Chris is exactly right. That's a fuck cancer pick. That's exactly what that is. And talking to Brad.
Look, I have fingers again. They're not little pudgy.
Yeah. Talking to Brad Hopper last night, as a matter of fact, he texted me. Again, Chris, Brad Hopper, Glassy, Bonzi,
Love you guys.
Lachlan Cross. You guys have all been texting me, making sure I'm doing good, making sure Doe's being taken care of. And
Maylene, Martin.
it's so appreciated. Maylene and Martin, friends of ours, brought over a walker.
Tamara bringing over the couch from mom and
Yeah,
dad.
Tamara-
Mom and dad.
Yeah, just all the support
Sheldon.
from everybody is so greatly appreciated. And we're going to get through this. And like I told Brad Hopper last night, cancer picked the wrong fucking dance partner this time around. Because Doe's going to kick its fucking ass.
For the 3rd time.
For the 3rd time. And then we're going to have a big barbecue this summer. We're going to have all you guys out, except Glassy, because we don't want him around. No, I'm kidding, Glassy.
Just don't bring your dogs, because I don't know.
Yeah, just park your motorhome. Bring your motorhome. We'll park it in the driveway. We'll let you freeload some electricity.
So I need a motorhome.
Yeah.
Because I said when I'm done all this shit, I'm selling this all.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah, we're getting the hell out of here.
It's fucking.
So that's kind of where we're at now, as far as what we know, what's going on, as far as our day-to-day life of letting the dog in, letting the dog out, letting the dog in, letting the dog out, letting the dog in and out again. And as far as what tomorrow brings through the procedure that we're going to go through. Some of the bitches I have, Michael Landon, actor, he was on the Little House on the Prairie. He was the dad. He used to charge $5 for an autograph. If you run into him someplace and you, Mr. Lang, can I have an autograph? It costs you $5. That's 25. And he was a belligerent asshole as well. The guy that played Relic on the Beachcombers, I met him. It was actually on that TV show when I was a kid, and he was just a complete jerk off too. He used to charge for his autograph as well. I think he charged $5 as well or something. So, but it's, I don't know, 45 years ago or whatever, 40 years ago. Doe needs forms filled out by these doctors to get employment insurance, so she can go on medical leave from work and collect a pittance of a shit stain of employment insurance while she's going through this. Take the form into the doctor. It's required by the federal government. The
only thing he has left to fill out on this thing is his name.
His signature. He just has to sign it, stamp it,
Name
and he's
and
done.
address. That's it.
I give the form to his receptionist the other day. She says, "Yeah, I think it's going to be like, it's $120. And I lost it on her. And I felt bad. I apologized profusely because she is a nice lady. Her and I kind of get along. We kibitz a lot when I'm in there. But I lost on her. So how in the fuck does he get off charging $120 for a fucking signature on a goddamn form that's required by law by the federal fucking government? The federal government can fucking pay the $120, or he can eat it. And all of a sudden it's like, oops, screaming at the wrong person. I'm screaming at the waitress that brought me the shitty food from the kitchen when it's the cook's fault. My bad. Apologized profusely. Went to pick up the form today. It was $50. Still an overpayment as far as I'm concerned. Granted, it was down $70, so that's a good thing. But where do they get charging all this money on these fucking forms?
I get why they do it, because there's those people that, I'm sick.
Yeah,
I need time off. I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm sick. Fine, charge them. I've never had a charge on my fucking file. I've had major surgery. It should be accompanying the major surgery.
Yeah, exactly. Doe can't do, if you're on compensation, for example, you go to the doctor, it's a compensation injury, I need this form filled out, but there you go. How much? No charge. Compensation pays him for it.
He's getting paid for the appointment anyways.
Yeah, and he gets paid for the appointment. Oh, you're right, Daniel. It's infuriating. It pisses me off to no end. And the cost of prescriptions is just bordering ridiculous as well. I mean, I'm on 2 medications for hypertension, right? Yeah, high blood pressure. It cost me $60 a month for my heartworm pills, as I refer to them as, to keep me alive. Dose prescriptions, 10 days now.
10 days.
10 days.
10
it was
shots.
$300.
$327.
How much?
$327.
$327. Yeah, for 10 days.
No, for the 30 days.
Oh, for the 30 days.
It's $106 per pack.
Right. Yeah. So $310. Yeah, $310 or whatever for 30 days worth of prescriptions, and that doesn't include what's coming down the pipe yet. So it's just infuriating, that the thing.
Look at I'm my own Halloween character.
I don't know if it'll show up or not. Let's do this.
This is me.
We'll hide this.
This is me. Can you see that?
There you go. Better. That's better.
Not for the squeamish, that's for sure.
That's why you got to send those to me beforehand.
I just have
Tamara's got a good idea. See, what you do here is you get a quick prescription. You cut out his signature and you tape it to the blank form. Then you photocopy it, then fill out the form. That's a hell of a good idea, Tamara. Thanks. You've just saved me $50 a shot or whatever now. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
$175 for a medical form to get my casino license when I worked in Ontario.
Jesus.
From Cali. I know.
That's
It's at least when I was in a union, the union paid any or not hospital bills, but form fees and stuff like that. It was in our contract, so I didn't care. How much? $900? Yeah, here you go, because the unions or the company's paying for it anyways. So
you're right, Daniel.
Yeah, battle scars.
The battle scars? Fuck yeah.
I'm good for a few things. Tamara says, yeah, you're good for a few things. You're good for forging doctor's signatures and a comfortable couch to cure a hangover on, and good Christmas dinners. I have to say that because Doe made you make Christmas
Oh,
dinner.
that was try and write that, like to write it out that day. I was on so much shit. Plus they packed some more shit, pain button and the magical pain button, and I just used the pain button to tune out my neighbor because he was driving me crazy. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Good night, nurse.
Tamara wanted some recipes and instructions on how to make Christmas dinner and stuff. And then
How to make the sauce, and it was 3 different things the
and
sauce needed to be
Doe
on.
has the recipes all in there, not on the paper. So she's trying to type it out on the phone and on her computer through Messenger and stuff, and it took 2.5 days, but she got it.
I don't even know if it was in English, so I never reread it.
It tasted good, so obviously it must have come through okay.
Well, I think a last text I sent was to Sheldon and said, help your sister. And so between the two of them, I guess, they got it figured out. But the battle scars thing, I figure once I heal, and I can drive, I got a buddy in Loda Marcos who's going to fix me up with some large artwork.
Yeah, exactly. That was the other thing too. Doe wanted Tamara to come up, and she told me I added Tamara to my COVID list of people that can visit. Doe was only allowed 2 visitors the entire time she was in the hospital. Couldn't change them, and those 2 visitors couldn't come on the same day and stuff like that. But she wanted Tamara to come up because she wanted some clarity on some medical terminology that she heard but wasn't sure what it was. So, and Tamara knows medical terminology, so send Tamara up. So I sent Tamara up the one day. Tamara comes downstairs. I sat in the little cafeteria there with grandson Jack. He was there for another appointment. So Jack and I hung out. Tamara went and visited Doe and went to crack the code on this medical terminology. And she come back downstairs. So how'd it go? Did you get everything translated? Yeah, pay this bill, do that, put this in the freezer, wash these, do this, do that. She come down with a list of fucking instructions where we never did discuss medical terminology. So that was the drugs talking.
I don't do good with drugs. I'm
Yeah,
not a drugs and alcohol person. I'm just pretty much clean.
Daniel says, shame on the provincial governments. We like to claim our health care is free. Maybe the procedure, but all the extras are not free. Even the shitty 70s TV that you practically need bunny ears for. It's a joke.
I would have loved to have had a TV.
Danielle, this is Canada. There's nothing for free. Have you looked at your tax forms? This is a prime example. And I got the letter, another one today in the fucking mail. Doe and I were in Mexico in March of when COVID hit, 2019, I guess it would be. We flew home on the 14th of March. We had to quarantine for 2 weeks. That's when all the world exploded on the 14th of March,
Toilet paper.
2019. People in the Port of Arda airport were dumping their suitcases, running to Costco, buying toilet paper, packing their suitcases full of toilet paper and bringing it home because there was no toilet paper.
Throwing away their souvenirs.
Throwing away their souvenirs, throwing away their clothing and everything. So that's what we flew back in. We had to quarantine for 2 weeks when we got home. So unbeknownst to me, my employer was going to pay me for that 2 weeks. I applied for UIC for that 2 weeks. I was going to be off just to cover my ass, make sure I had money at the end of the month to make a car payment, make a mortgage payment, and all that shit.
Because everything is so crystal
So
clear.
they sent me a $500 for the week of UIC, and then they sent me that $2,000 CERB check. Okay, cool. I know I'm going to have to pay it back. That's not the issue here. I saw that coming down the pipe. Don't care. I can use it now, right? I can use that $2,000 to catch up on some other shit so that whatever happens the next little while, I bought myself a little bit of buffer space. Year end rolls around. They charge me $400 taxes on that money. Okay, fine, fair enough. That's my tax money to begin with. Now you're taxing me on the tax money you gave me. So that's wrong, just in a nutshell. That's wrong right from the get-go. Now they want the $2,000 back. Well, you taxed me $400 fucking dollars on it. So theoretically, I only owe you $1,600. So now they want an extra $400 out of me. They're not getting it. They'll be lucky to get the fucking $1,600. I'll fake my own death before I give up that fucking money. I'm just absolutely fucking livid about that. And that's the end of it. I've got to calm down. 3 275 over 190, a new high score. But that's our federal government. It's just bureaucracy, it's red tape, it's tax dollars after tax dollars after tax dollars. Right now we're at, what is it, 66.7% of your income goes to taxes in the roundabout way, through GST, through carbon tax, through income tax, through, I think it's 66.7 or 66.8% or
I just
something
know
now.
the more I work, the poorer I get.
Yeah, I know the 1 year I put in countless hours of overtime when I was back at that big brown company. I grossed $108,000 and took home 54. So I took home 50% of the money I made.
I can't imagine.
It wasn't worthwhile working all that overtime.
What's going on with all these? Seriously, Tamara?
Yeah, only the grandkids pay taxes. Tamara's husband Kurt was killed because of an act of war. The kids get a pension from the Canadian military, and they're taxed on it. Huh? 10 and
Not
11
even
years old.
fucking 18. That's like that
Huh?
that stupid account that Sheldon had with BMO
Yeah.
when he
yeah.
was in grade 1. The school opened up accounts for kids, and they brought in their pennies, nickels, and dimes to teach them basic banking. And then at the end of the year, there was no money in the accounts, but we ended up with a bill.
Yeah.
So they took all the money and used it for fees, service fees.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
And it's absolute fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It's criminal. The Canadian, people laugh and mock me when I say, you know what, I'm fucking selling everything. I'm moving to Mexico. Well, what about the corruption in Mexico? You know what? The corruption in Mexico is right in your face. If you fucked up and done something wrong, you're going to hear about it and you're going to get it. Here, they sneak around and pick your back pocket from here and reach in your front pocket from over there. And, the next thing they're going to be doing is capital gains taxes on your house, your primary residence. And you're going to lose your profits on that all to taxes.
I'm going to lose my profits on it anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
going to
care.
fucking declare bankruptcy.
I'm just
and
going to
walk
declare
away.
bankruptcy and walk away from everything here right quick. So it doesn't matter. So that's how the average Canadian household survives cancer. You go through it, you beat it, you kick its ass, and you declare fucking bankruptcy. And God's honest truth, that is the majority of people in this country. They go through this, they beat it, they declare bankruptcy. They have to. So don't think that it's an American issue with them having to pay these $300,000 bills. Yeah, we don't get a $300,000 bill, but they just keep grabbing at it. Yep, Danielle, that's exactly what it is. $700 to $800 each per year. They're 10 and 11 years old. That's what their tax bills are. Our Canadian government robbing from children whose father died as an act of war, in an act of war.
Well, if they didn't,
As a result
if
of
they
an act
didn't
of
do
war.
it that way, they would
English
take it
is
out of
hard.
the fucking the child tax benefits. I'm sure they'd figure out
Yeah.
some fucking way
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
It's all about greed.
Yeah, it is. It's all bad. But that's where we're at today. We'll know more Tuesday. We go for the Cross Cancer
Well, it's kind of
Institute.
cross Canada.
English isn't my fourth language either. I'm having a real tough time with it here lately too.
Oh, and by the way, they didn't give me any painkillers. I'm on Tylenol,
Yeah,
extra strength.
yeah. What would you like for pain? What do you got? Here's some Tylenol. So, we can get into that one day, Danielle. We'll get Tamara on here to explain everything one day. I don't have a problem bitching about that with her. What was I saying? Where was I?
Tylenol.
Yeah, those painkillers are Tylenol. Oh, we'll know more Tuesday. We go to the Cross Cancer Institute. Cross Canada Institute. Go to the Cross Cancer for our initiation / initial walkthrough and
For the
so
cross
forth.
cancer?
Yeah.
Is that what she's asking? Is there a reason for that?
There's a reason for you only getting Tylenol. Probably because you didn't beak at him about anything.
No,
Stronger.
It really funny because when I was in the hospital, they kept pushing these drugs. It's like, you need to manage your pain. It's like, if I can feel that there's a little bit of pain, I think I'm managing it by saying I don't want more drugs because I don't need to be oblivious to the pain or anything else. Otherwise, how would I know if something's not right if it doesn't feel right? But they force this shit down your throat. And then they tell you, oh, I see you're finally taking pain meds. Well, you don't need anything for pain. I'm just like, what? 1 minute you're telling me I need to take this stuff, and the next minute you're telling me I don't need to take this stuff. Can we all get on the same page? Like, seriously? So, when I was leaving the hospital, they asked me if I want any fentanyl. What? Fentanyl? No. Just fucking Toradol. Toradol will work just fine. Well, we can't give you Toradol, but you can give me fentanyl.
You should have taken the fentanyl because we could have made a living off that.
Yeah, no kidding.
just
Probably
just
couldn't,
saying.
probably
Just
couldn't
saying.
afford the prescription.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Or with my luck, I'd pay for the prescription, walk out of the store, and get robbed.
In fairness, drugs do help against Wade. Well, hey, Glassy, you remember when I said you could park your motorhome in our driveway and come to the barbecue? Fuck you, you're out again.
It's be an ongoing thing. I'll still let you in, Glassy. You come to the front door. And bring you one of those big Costco burgers.
Yeah, I'll just throw a burger over the fence at you. Open your window, here it comes. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, it's been a ride.
It's been a ride.
And the pajamas fit perfectly, thanks, Tamara.
See, yeah, I think we covered the whole gauntlet of what we've run so far to this day. Flew home, went to the hospital, picked up your car.
Yeah, and basically we had 5 hours together before all this blew up in our faces.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hi, hun. How are you? It's good. I'm going to bed because I got to get up in the morning, and I'll see you later. And
Yeah, didn't see me later.
Nope, didn't.
What was supposed to be 12 days apart turned into 30. Yeah, just about 30 days apart. So just going back to the kids' account, set up wrong, shouldn't have had fees. Yeah, you are so, Mike. That's a conversation from about an hour ago. That was Sheldon's account 20 years ago now, I guess. He was in grade 1. And the school set up bank accounts for the kids to teach them how to
Lose their money.
How to do finances, and BMO took all their money. So, what can you do? What can you do? But I think that's it for tonight. And we'll pick up again after we know more from the cross cancer. We'll keep you guys informed. If you know anybody going through this that need to talk, if you know anybody that's been through this and would like to talk, send them our way. We've got questions. I'm sure other folks have questions we might be able to answer. We're open and honest. We're going to let you know exactly what's happening here every day of the week, every step of the way. You know, what Doe's feeling, what I'm feeling. You know, she pissed me off because she did this, or so far the only thing she's done to piss me off was made supper last night because she's not supposed to.
Thanks, Glassy. Hang in there, Tamara. COVID can't last forever.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be clear tomorrow, you said, because it's been 5 days. So, yeah.
Clear in the first 5, but now it's presenting.
Yeah.
So guess what? Emily's going to have to do a second round of isolation with you.
Yeah, there you go. You guys
for another 5 days to make sure that you're both clear before you come out of the hole.
You guys just keep hiding in your rooms. It's all good.
And fix the heat while you're down there. God damn, it's cold.
Doe's not even there, and she's complaining about your house being cold. Bonzi and I were there, and we had icicles on our nipples, Tamara. Come on.
That basement, there's something seriously
even
wrong with
the
that
main
venting.
floor, man, we were cold.
Turn off the AC. What the fuck?
Yeah, no kidding. That was brutal. So yeah, if you know anybody going through any of this stuff that want to talk, or you
Or
know
a dietitian.
you know people, or a dietitian, you know anybody that's just needs to talk, we're here. We'll help you as best we can with what we're going through, and we'll be blunt, open, honest. You got questions, don't be afraid to ask, and we'll go from there. And Tamara, you need to fix your furnace. You
Get
say
that
you fixed
furnace
it.
guy working.
You didn't fix it. Get the furnace guy in there. So, yeah, they're
Let
just
him
pussies.
stay in that room.
So yeah, that's her. Until next Friday, if
Tuesday, maybe.
Tuesday night, maybe we'll see. Stay tuned.
At least I can stay awake now a little bit.
Yeah, Doe can stay awake now a little bit. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notifications when we're going live. Because sometimes it's going to be just, yeah, do you feel like going live, Doe? Yeah, okay, let's do this. And It's not scripted. We got nothing in front of us. Show prep is nil. This is just flying by the seat of our pants, being as honest as we can about everything. And I want to keep it that way. So, show prep? No. Nah. If Tamara comes on, we'll do a little bit of show prep with regards to the kids' military pensions and so forth. She can explain it all, and we can get to the bottom of that on a bitch night if you guys like. Sounds like we've got a few people that will be interested in that, so maybe we'll look at that, and Tamara and I can get together and do that up. Yeah, you're right, Glassy. Matches Bonzi's show. No prep. Yeah, but yeah.
All content, baby. All content.
Yeah, it's all content. This is real life content. This isn't.
It's about as real as a freaking gets.
Yeah. This is a kick in the head. That's for sure. I say I get home from Mexico and Doe goes for an appointment, and all of a sudden, no, she's going for having surgery. What the fuck's going on here? Like,
you know what? I actually had to get Wade to bring me gravel so I could leave the hospital because I've been shot up in one of those fucking tubes, either a CT scanner or an MRI, so many times in the week and a half that I had motion sickness, like permanent motion sickness. You moved my bed 1 inch and I was going to puke on you. Like, it just bed up, bed down, bed back, bed forth. Nope. And I do know what it is to be in one of the kids' MRIs because they thought they could get a clearer picture, and that one happened to be free. So if you're claustrophobic, don't fucking do it. Just don't.
oh, and positive, Mike, I still have your tequila here for now.
Come on out.
For now, we got to get together. You get you your bottle of tequila. And at that, I think we're going to call it an evening. You're starting to get tired and fade, I can tell, just by looking across the table at you. See, that's the other reason I brought the mic in here and just plunked it down and one-on-one. I can keep an eye on her. I can tell what's going on just by looking at her. So we're going to shut her down for tonight, gang. And maybe Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday. After we get some more information, we'll pass it on to you guys. And like I say, you got questions, don't hesitate to contact us. And we'll talk to you in a couple days.
Take care.
Have a good weekend. Talk to you later.